She vanished after a college prank. Years later, her brother came for revenge. A cruel college prank shattered a girl's life. She vanished in pain, but her brother never forgot. Years later, on what was supposed to be the happiest day for the man who mocked her, everything fell apart. And the truth? It hit like thunder, like subscribe and share if you believe karma never forgets. Back in college, there was a girl named Emily Rhodes. She was quiet, polite, and kept to herself. She wasn't rich, didn't wear makeup, and often looked lost in her books. Her world was simple, but peaceful, until Bradley Turner noticed her. Bradley was everything she wasn't: popular, rich, loud, and cruel when he wanted attention. One day, on a dare from his frat brothers, he decided to humiliate Emily. They hacked into her private diary, printed copies of her poems and insecurities, and scattered them across the campus bulletin boards. The entire university laughed. Some mocked her dreams, some laughed at her crush. And Bradley? He made sure to perform the dramatic reading at lunch hour. Emily ran. She left the cafeteria, left her dorm, and eventually left school. No one saw her again, except for one person, her older brother, Liam, the only family she had. He came to the campus, furious and broken, but the damage had been done. Emily had slipped into silence. Her eyes stopped meeting his. She never spoke about what happened, and she never smiled again. But Liam, he remembered every face, especially Bradley Turner's. Years rolled by. Bradley went on to become a businessman. He had forgotten about Emily. Just another college joke, right? He was proud of his perfect life. Nice job, fancy car, and a younger sister he adored, Sophie Turner. Sophie was the opposite of him, kind, sensitive, and sweet. She always saw the best in people, and when she met a man named Daniel, she fell hard. Daniel was charming, smart, and thoughtful. He opened doors for her. He remembered her favorite songs. He wrote letters, not just texts. He wasn't in a rush, but every step with him felt intentional. After 2 years of dating, Daniel proposed under a starlit sky. Sophie said yes. Their families rejoiced. Even Bradley was moved by how happy she looked. For once, he thought, maybe someone was good enough for his sister, but Liam was watching from afar. The wedding day arrived. The venue was decorated in white roses and gold. Guests filled the seats. Cameras clicked. Sophie stood in her wedding gown, glowing, nervous, in love. But Daniel never showed. Minutes passed. Then hours. Whispers filled the air. People wondered if there'd been an accident, a delay, cold feet. Sophie's hands trembled. Then a man in a black suit walked in. He wasn't Daniel. He was holding a legal envelope and a letter. He handed it to Bradley Turner. Sophie collapsed to the ground as Bradley tore the envelope open. Inside was a simple message. This marriage is canceled. The bride has done nothing wrong. But her brother has. Years ago, you broke my sister. Today, I break yours. That girl you mocked, she was my blood. This revenge took time, but the damage you caused will echo forever. Watch who you mock, some. Wounds grow into storms. Signed, Liam Rhodes. Sophie was taken away, crying. No one could understand what had happened. Daniel had vanished. Phone off, social media deleted, everything gone. But Bradley, he just stood there, cold, pale, and speechless. For the first time in his life, he wasn't laughing. He remembered Emily now, vaguely, the quiet girl. The prank, the crying, the silence, the diary, and it hit him. She had never recovered. He didn't just bully someone, he destroyed someone. He found Liam's number, called him. It rang once. Then a voice answered. Liam said only one thing. I didn't ruin your sister. You did, Then he hung up. Bradley collapsed in a chair. His parents blamed him. Sophie, broken and humiliated, wouldn't talk to anyone. The wedding pictures, empty. The future, cracked. And Emily? She remained out of sight. Still healing. Still hurting. But Liam had done something no one expected. He gave pain a face. Days after the disaster, someone leaked the letter online. Within hours, it went viral. Watch. Who You Mock started trending. People across the world shared their stories of bullying, of silent pain, of scars that never faded. The video of Bradley at the wedding receiving the letter also surfaced, his face frozen, the crowd stunned. Suddenly, Emily's story became everyone's story. Thousands stood with her. Even though they didn't know her, the power of words, the cruelty of one prank, the silence that followed, the brother who never forgot. Bradley went into hiding. Daniel? No one ever heard from him again. He had changed his name, left the country. Maybe the guilt was too much. And Sophie? She slowly rebuilt her life, wiser, cautious, and stronger. She wrote a blog titled, "The Day I Was Loved, Then Left, and Why It Saved Me." It helped others heal, even as she was healing herself. Some stories don't end in hugs, some stories end in storms. But those storms, they teach us never to laugh at someone else's pain. If you believe kindness matters, if you know words can wound deeply, then like, subscribe, and share this story. Because somewhere out there, a quiet person is watching and remembering everything.